Hey guys, let's talk about Patreon. Patreon is a platform that enables you to support this podcast for as little as £3 a month.
For that £3 a month, you get access to an exclusive episode every week where we're at home, we get chonged, sometimes we go on Omegle on mushrooms, and you also get access to a live show that we do every month.
The live shows are mental. You're missing out if you're not there in person or watching them on our Patreon. We get local comedians to come up and do 1 minute of their best stand-up for you, and then we ask them very intrusive questions on stage. It's hilarious, it's awkward, I love it, and we have special guest panellists with us. So we've just had Dan Nightingale, we got Freddie Quinn on the next one, we'll have Adam Rowe on one of the future episodes. It's all very exciting, an absolute bargain for £3 a month.
There's also a huge back catalogue of Shed episodes, tarot readings that Amy used to do for our guests, and you get early access to the public episodes every week. You also get early access to live show tickets and any merch that we bring out.
The more you pay, the more you get. So our £5 patrons get members only club cards, they get a print, they get a discount on tickets. £10 as well as the members only club card, they get a signed print, they get discount on merch, and they get a free ticket to the live shows, which is a ridiculous value for money.
Every month.
Yeah, we'll see you there.
So sign up today for as little as £3 a month. It's not even £1 a week. You get all that stuff we just said. Come join us in our house, your two favourite northern stoners.
Yeah.
It's dead fun over here. Join the club. Get involved. Enjoy this week's episode.
It's a party up in here.
Whoop whoop. We're back.
Hello.
Episode 56. Mild High Club. We're here with Phil Ellis, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Phil.
How are you guys?
Yeah,
I always
hi.
end
Say
up
hello to
looking
the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Is this a break after? Are we halfway through an episode?
No.
This
Oh,
is
right.
the beginning.
This is it.
Oh, I thought you said like we're back, like it was like the bit.
We're
We're back from last week.
Oh right. Do you think they've been waiting by the laptop? I really should feed that kid.
Yeah, we just let everyone. It's just one big episode that we do. Really.
Yeah.
Every episode is episode 1. It's still going.
It's the longest live stream ever.
Yeah. If Phil, we seen you in Edinburgh, 2018, I think it was. Ooh.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this.
The one when you come out on roller skates.
It was amazing. There was Spice Girls on Tim Whistle.
Oh yeah,
When you
yeah,
left-
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, my first Edinburgh show, you had to do intro music, and I thought it was funny because they do these things. We have to like do the music rights.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not paying fucking 80p to use Banana Rama. So I went on and got these pan pipes, the Titanic, the My Heart Will Go on pan pipes.
Yeah.
So every year I try and do my intro as people walk in. Because it's such a, you're supposed to be getting the mood up.
Yeah.
Like, you go to a comedy night and it's all like, tonight's gonna be a good night. They're telling people, it's gonna be a great night, you pieces of shit. You're like, tonight's gonna be a good night. It's that kind of thing, but it's just really horrible pan pipe. So yeah, we did. Spice Girls out here, that was right. Yeah.
But you let the audience pick the soundtrack for the stories and that you were telling as well.
Oh yeah.
It was wild.
It was
I
great.
forgot about that.
It'd be like a dead sad story, but the audience could pick like a really upbeat song, and you had to like tell like the same story, but like obviously the background music
like
just,
Vengaboys
just didn't fit.
Yeah.
And then you had
And then you got twatted.
well, Shay Burnley called you out for being racist because you said like blackberries or something.
That's right.
Innit?
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, it was good.
And then you got beat up for spilling someone's drink. And then
That's
like
right,
I was
yeah.
speaking to you about it, and you were like, "Oh, I've done this show like every day for a whole month," and you just showed me, pulled your top up, and it's just bruises all over
Yeah,
you.
that's right. I broke a
Getting
rib
battered.
and I got an infected elbow.
What?
It was horrible. I had to like at one point I had to like, God, gotta do the show. Like, and my arm was really swollen up, so I had to like cut my elbow open. It's like Rocky. Pour aftershave on it. I was like, all right. Get back.
That's not.
Oh,
So
so
how do
so
you-
committed to it.
How do you go about like composing these pieces?
Horrible noise, though. That's the noise my body makes now. When I sit down, everything just seems to settle now. Like, I can't just sit like, it's just you can hear organs like making themselves comfortable and just fucking shift around. Fucking horrible. Well, like with that one, I'd had a really horrible year the year before. I'd had like the first year was great, and then the second year was good. We did the kids show that did well, and then fucked out. So and then I had a really shit year where everything had gone, and I was doing too much, and I did 2 shows and that, and it wasn't. So I thought I'll just do something dead simple this year. So it was just such. I thought I'd come out with I used to gaffer tape little skateboards onto my feet.
Yeah.
And use crutches.
It was just so silly. It was amazing. It was so
such a
silly.
small room. It's fucking obviously you like push yourself off the wall and get people to give you a push. And
because you're coming down like because it was like the stage bit and then a little like entrance way to the stage. So if you couldn't see that, you just heard you like clanging down the thing. It's like, hey, welcome to the show.
Horrible, yeah. Horrible Tim Burton knockoff.
It was so funny.
It seems so accident prone. It's like he keeps getting injured, and like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, like one more performance, I'll kill you. You can't go out again.
It was a bit like that. Kind of, I need another. I want to get on TV. Push me out there. Push me out there. You've only got one limb. I don't care. But yeah, is that yeah? And so I thought I'll just do something shit so you can go out. And the idea was it'd be no one else involved because I always have loads of people in it. And I thought it'd just be me doing stories, and you can get people to do the soundtrack and like magic. And then I had things behind me that I say, would you want a magic trick or a...
Yeah.
And all these stupid... And then so I made Shay Burnley, my mate, sit there, who, if you don't know Shay, is about 6'6".
Yeah. Big guy in here.
Lovely bloke, shaved head. And very if you don't know him, he's one of the loveliest guys I've ever met. If you don't know him, you'd probably, if he stood up and started getting aggressive, you'd know you're about to die. So he'd sit in the audience every day for about 40 minutes, and then eventually I'd be doing. He always picked a really good spot. It would be like midway through a story that had nothing, like really lame story, and then he'd get up and just go like, "Is that?" Or he wouldn't get up straight away, would he? He'd do something like, Is everyone just going to sit here and let this guy carry on being racist? I've not said anything about Ribena or something. Yeah. I go, okay. And people would go, oh, just ignore him. Someone drunk in Edinburgh. You go, no, he's been racist. We're all just going to sit here. And then people get angry. Some people get scared. Some people turn around and go, what are you talking about? Get out if you don't like it and stuff. And you'd see all these reactions. And I'd just try and laugh it off and I'd be like, all right, well, we're not all like, and then he'd stand up. And everyone would go, oh, fuck, he's massive. He's massive. Yeah. Go, oh, my God. And then so as he get closer, we played it really straight. So I'd be like, look, I don't understand what this thing. And then he'd get right close and he'd go, no, you're saying this. And at one point, I think he went like, you're Ribena blackberries. I was like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. What do you be talking about? And then he'd just get there. I go, oh, I said, you've come in too early again, haven't you, mate? And then he'd go, you said about 30 minutes in. I went, yeah, it's going to move some days, isn't it? I said, it's all. And then everyone would go, oh, God, he's a plant, that thing. Yeah. And then he'd go, right. He goes, okay, sorry, mate. He said, it's just, I went, yeah. He said, when do I come in? I went, well, first of all, wait for me to do the racist stuff. Because otherwise it makes no sense at all. I was talking about Ribena. I went, you're really stretching it with blackberries, mate. He was like, oh, yeah, I thought it was a bit. Once he went, talking about a fox, brown eyes like a fox. I went, what? Try and find something to lecture on. And then he'd go and sit down. He goes, all right, so I'll do it. He goes, right. And I go, we're not going to do it now, are we? I went, it's lost its impact. And he go, and then I won't say what the whole bit was, but we used to do all that. And so all that, and then the bit outside was the fight. But the guy, so I thought it'd be funny if I pretend to do that really wanky thing in Edinburgh. I think you remember it was like, I put a little hat on and a horn. And I'd be like, let's go and do a parade, like all the drama students.
Yeah.
Not to be too, but all like your footlights people. All that kind of, like Oxford.
Yeah.
And some are great. But I just found that, not in comedy, but I mean like when you get the theatre groups outside going, oh my God, let's do a happening. We're going to take theatre into the streets. I thought I'd do that. And the joke was, as soon as I started and go outside, I knocked someone's pint over. And they kicked the shit out of me. Yeah. But the guy who was doing it, Joe, who worked at Just a Tonic, he's a great guy. He's a terrible actor. So it was dead obvious. Like on the first day, I went out and knocked it. He's like, "Why are you spilling my pint?" I was like, "This is not going to fly." But I'd let him really beat me up, so that looked good. So he'd like throw me over into this.
It was just hilarious because there was like other shows going on, like in the other rooms, right, and it's just a big crowd of people watching Phil get his head kicked in. Just going, what's happening? Somebody stop it!
It was wild. It was so good.
He used to like drag me, and that was used to cut. There were some kids apparently from the kids show a few years before with the mum, and she said that they're going into this other show because they were queuing up as they were going out, and one day they're going, oh my God, what's happening to the kids guy? And just covered in blood. Going, oh my God. Trying to blow a horn.
It was so good.
It was mad.
But
Because like we got,
a bit of fun.
because we done this thing of it, like that was the first time we'd been to Edinburgh, and it was like you just go on people's recommendations. And I don't know if I'd seen you at the Frog, or I'd seen you somewhere. It might have been at Beat the Frog. And we were like, oh yeah, we'll go see that. And it was just so good. It was just proper chaos. Like, it's class.
Fun, that.
But yeah, are you going up this year?
I am. I don't fucking know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know what I want from it. So I'm tired.
Yeah. Have you been writing an hour for it, or?
Yeah. I've got an idea. I don't think it's appropriate. I think it could be the end of my career. I mean, whatever career I've got, which let's be honest, we all know I haven't got the best career ever. It's always been one that seemed to get very close, and then I've probably upset one person or another, and then yeah, I think it's a good idea, but I don't know.
Well, Amy has a question, and it was, what's the process that you go through when coming up with a new hour?
Well,
Yeah.
sorry, I just noticed that my phone was still on, so I'm going to turn it off. Oh wait, sorry, one sec. Big gig, yeah.
Apollo, I want 25.
Yeah, it's a withheld number. It must be important. Hello? No, I've never slept with anyone in Scunthorpe. Damn kids. I got this Facebook message once. I always remember going, are you the Phil Ellis who's left 2 fucking kids in Hartlepool and he's a piece of shit? And I was like, no, I'm not.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm older there. I checked my dad. I did a Spiky Mike gig in 2000. How do I come up with the shows?
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't.
Is it a bit wild, aren't they? Like they're not like a usual, just straight out of stand up or whatever. Well, I don't know what your other ones have been like actually, but the one we seen was not. Like,
the first one was called Unplanned Orphan, which is such a shit title. I thought that was quite fun. So the idea of that was I noticed everyone was doing my dad died and the dead dad, the classic dead dad show or something emotional. So I thought it'd be funny if I go up and pretend that I found out I was an orphan when I was 30.
Right.
But I didn't know until then. And then I do the whole show about that, but I do it straight so everyone turns up. So the whole advertising was done as if I was an orphan. I had to go on Radio 5, BBC 5 Live, and they were going like, so tonight's the thing about people finding out things. And I was on with this bloke who had a tumour that was inoperable, right? So he's raising all this money for charity, and he doesn't know if he's going to die in 13 seconds or 13 years. Right?
Yeah.
So he sat there, and they go, and he's talking about this awful, like not knowing when this time bomb in your head's going to explode, and orphan your own children. They go, oh, well, Phil, you've had your fair share of that. Fuck, I'm a blind piece of shit. I don't know what to do. So I was going, oh, yeah, it's hard finding out you're an orphan when you're
30.
when you're 30, yeah. So, so you did this. So then I did the whole show. But I felt really bad. So in the break, I went to the guy and went, I'm not really an orphan.
Imagine if he went, I haven't really got a brain.
I just want to go to Disneyland. It's like a conservatory.
I think I know what I did when he goes, I'm not actually an orphan. He just takes his hands off Phil's hands.
Tearing up the contract. No, Dad, no. But weirdly, I was just going off slightly. I was in Edinburgh a couple of years ago, and this woman, was a friend of a friend's. She went, I recognise your voice. Have you been on Radio 5? And I thought it was a bit odd. I was like, no. So I've been on Radio 4. And they went, have you been on Radio 5? I went, well, I don't know. I said, maybe it was this, that, and the other. And she went, were you on it about 8 years ago or something? Like 5, 6 years ago? I went, no, I don't know. I don't think so. She went, she went, my husband was on a thing. It's just your voice and name sound really familiar. He had an inoperable brain tumour. And I went, oh, shit. I went, it's your husband. I went, so he's clearly dead by now. So I went, oh, God, I'm so sorry. She went, he's still alive. Went, really? She went, yeah, it's really awkward because all the neighbours were expecting him to die in about a year. So he's been doing all these bike rides in all the papers and stuff. She went, he's still not dead. He was supposed to die about 4 or 5 years ago. And so he said, it's horrible to feel embarrassed that you're still alive.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone. Still here.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
Awkward. Happy New Year. COVID every Thursday. Yeah. Never know when you'll need them.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so that one I thought that'd be fun. And then I had Jim Meehan was the tech who'd get involved in that one, and Will Duggan used to be a plant that would walk out halfway through the show. Because the idea was I was so shit, I'd forgotten all that. So I had to use notes for the whole month.
Yeah.
So, and in the reviews, it's going, he's still using notes. It's like week 3. And I'll be there going, where's your mum? And I go, well, dead. But I thought it was dead obvious, but people were getting really angry.
Yeah.
Mad,
So we'd have like, because I used to have like a chart behind me, like a tally chart, and I wouldn't reference what it was. And then Will would get up at the dead mum bit and walk out. And I'd go, are you all right? And he'd be like, he was getting really, he did it really straight again, walked out. And he shut the door. And it was really awkward. He clearly walked out, and I'd be like, oh God, and the whole audience would go. And then I get a pen out and just go, oh God, better than yesterday. We had 12 walkouts here. We only had 10 in. People came in to walk. And then we'd have a fire alarm that was done. All the staff would come in, so we'd have to evacuate. And then I'd have to do it in the beer garden. Like, I'd carry on, because it'd be like a beer garden. So I'd go, where's your mum? Dead. And there'd just be people getting pissed. And all the audience would be out there going, what the fuck are we out here? And loads would use that to leave. Like, that's the perfect time not to have to go back into this dog shit show. So they'd all walk up. But we do all that. And then, so I thought the next year, and it started to do really well towards the end. I think I had like Bo Burnham turn. That was really odd.
Yeah.
It was like right at the end and stuff, you know, and all the bigger name comics are doing about it. So it was weird, because it kind of gave, because I was getting all these bad reviews, but the idea was I went, but we'll get the good ones and they'll make the bad ones really funny.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting it. So like the first review was, Paul Ellis's show is a series of errors.
Paul.
Yeah, and it's just called me a piece of shit for he's not rehearsed. The fire alarm went off and I was like, thank God it was an opportunity to get out. And then the bear show started. So that was the other thing. So I'd do a show. I'd got the timings wrong on the posters. So all of a sudden this bear walks in at the end and goes, it's the fucking bear show. And you'd have a vest top on going, all the sexy girls want a piece of me. You have all these chains on. I'm like, what the fuck's this? I have like a shit bear mask. It's Will Duggan in a bear mask. And I'm like, who the fuck's this? And he go, who the fuck are you? And I go, I'm Phil Ellis. I'm doing my show. He goes, I've got the room 6 o'clock till 7. I go, no, I'm here till 10 past 6. And he goes, no, it's 6 set. And then Jim the techie go, no, it is 6, Phil. I go, what do you mean it's 6? Well, how come I've never seen this prick before then? He goes, because you're normally really underrun. Because everything's gone wrong. We've run to time. I went, oh, fuck. And I've been trying to show this big video of me meeting my dad, my real dad, after he came out of prison for the first time. And the bear would sit in the audience waiting. He'd go, right, you have 2 minutes. And then halfway through, I'd be there going, and my dad would be sat outside a cafe, nothing would be happening. I go, right, I'm waiting outside a cafe. I go, right, my dad was late, but I don't know how to edit. So it's just this video of me sat having a coffee, and then the bear would be going, for fuck's sake. He goes, your itinerary in March. And then eventually, he'd just get up and start rapping. And it was fucking horrible. Like, it was like, Humpty Dumpty, son of my dick. And then my dad would walk in. I go, that's my real dad. They're going, Goldilocks was a fine piece of ass. Oh, God. He's telling me he loves me. He's telling me. And then I'd just walk out, and then he'd carry on doing the bear show for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Until
That's
they went.
I
So it was all that kind of stuff.
I just don't know how you come up with all that.
That's what an Edinburgh show should be, rather than so
That's
my
what I
dad,
thought.
I love me dad, and he was,
Was your dad really in prison?
No. I mean, he's now, but he's no, he was no. And then, so that was because I used to pay someone to fly for the bear show every day for an hour dressed as a bear.
That's amazing.
So that people would then, because when the bear was on, people go, oh shit, there is a bear show. I saw this.
I've seen someone flyer in it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mick
so
Ferry
funny.
said-
Just so much goes into it, yeah.
Because Sean Walsh was showing Mick Ferry once a flyer. He went, have you seen the fucking state of this? He put a 3-star review on the flyer, and it was the bear show flyer. And the quote was, Michael J. Dolan used to do comedy, designed it. It was really funny. It's got these like really crappy drawing of 3 bears with like caps on backwards. And it went, the bear show. And it went, 3 stars, went, almost the best hour of bear-themed hip-hop comedy we've seen this year. Almost. So then the next year I thought, would it be funny if the same guy thought, well, how can I make money? That didn't fucking work, the dead dad thing. So what if I do a kids show? So that's why then I went, I'll do a kids show that's not for kids. That's where we did Funs and Games.
Yeah.
And then every year I've tried to do something where it's like this character. It's like, what do I do now? So this year would be a continuation of that.
Right, okay.
Is the idea that he's now 40 and fucking really desperate now. This is like the last.
The last chance.
Because my last show was called Au Revoir, because it was the last ever show I was going to do.
Yeah.
So I was going to call this Au Revoir 2, Au Revoir. But I thought I'd just go back and just pretend about. No, I didn't say I was going to leave. What are you talking about? You know? I didn't say I was doing.
Was it Funs and Games that did pretty well? I read
That's
that
the one. Yeah,
It won an award and stuff and shit, didn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so that was because no one wanted to do that, so it was quite funny at the time because everyone went, you can't do that with kids shows. I was like, that'll be funny. Like, you can't mess around with. But it was meant to be a lot darker at first because I was going to have little really tight hot pants on. I do shows in hot pants, weirdly, a lot now. But at the time, I thought it was really funny to do a kids show with like really tight, so like doing high kicks. All the people going, "Oh my god, is he going to pop out?" I was like, what's he doing? This is a kids show. And they're going,
Did kids come?
Yeah, so that was it. So that was the yeah. Well, wouldn't you? Absolute confess, 5 stars, Jordan.
That's just him in the hot pants has made me think of that story.
Yeah.
One of the guy Whale Book Day.
Oh yeah. So there was a name. Whale
Did you
Book
see about
Day.
that?
Yeah.
It was last week, and there was a teacher in Scotland, Martin Tunstall, and he just came in a red morph suit and said it was Spider-Man. He's got loads of complaints, and I just loved the one guy.
You'll see his dick and balls in it because it's just like
clear as day.
The one fella, the quote goes, "Guy teacher in my cousin's wee cousin's school got sacked for dressing up in a morph suit, not knowing his cock and balls were out." The balls meant BAWS.
Yeah, balls.
yeah.
But, so I thought, what's the most inappropriate like literary character that you could go?
Yeah.
At Whale Book Day, like Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah. Hitler's got to be one on it. Mein Kampf.
Well, I'd go as a wardrobe and so as Anne Frank.
Oh, is that the line in The Witch in the Wardrobe? You're like, oh, you'd think so.
I think so, yeah.
Who would be? I don't know. Who would you?
Who else did I have?
Any
Hannibal Lecter.
Any serial killer like
7-year-old get wheeled in by his mom.
Yeah.
Any sort of serial killer, like a book about them.
Yeah.
There's got to be books about the serial killers, hasn't there? Like
Kid just shows up with like a tire iron. He's like, who's Ted Bundy this
yeah,
year?
just John Wayne Gacy or something coming in a clown or whatever. Like that'd be a bit mad.
Yeah, he's just Mr. Grey or something.
Oh yeah.
Just like stuffing socks down the kids.
Yeah.
It's, I wish I was better read.
I don't really, yeah.
To be honest, anything from an Ian Blyton book now. So I remember looking through those and going, when I was a kid, I didn't realise how like they got a lot of people kick off going, well, you can't release. What do you mean you can't even have Ian Blyton books? I go, yeah, if you reread them, because I'll be honest, they don't hold up. Like, yeah, as a kid, you're a bit innocent, going, duh, duh. And like loads of people, when you read stories now, you go, oh Christ, yeah, I can see what you mean. Like,
yeah, right.
Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh yeah, he was like an anti-Semite.
And again, you're like, oh really? And you read it, you go, Christ alive, that's what that story's about. Yeah, I get it now.
I Cthulhu ascended upon the.
Well, if you want that, like the first, everyone was saying about Noddy. I remember that years ago. They actually replaced the god was with soldiers in it, rightfully, because you're going. Yeah, things are moving up. Everyone kicked off, and I went, have you read the first book of Noddy? He gets carjacked in the first episode.
Really?
Yeah. And so they were changed to goblins. That's the first episode. It's Noddy's having a lovely time. Gets carjacked.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think it needs up. I think we need to check update.
Yeah. Mad.
So, but it does make me laugh that. So I'd go as Noddy. It was 50s Noddy and his mates.
Should we have our first question?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Okay, yeah, we got a question for Phil from Colin, and it says, were you nervous battling Johnny Vegas, knowing you were going to use the extra wardrobe gag?
Oh yeah.
So you did roast
Need some
battle
context with that, yeah.
on Comedy Central with Johnny Vegas.
That's right. Yeah, I did. It's funny that one because I only did it because I think the only reason I got on it anyway was because Johnny didn't want to do it if I didn't do it. Because he wanted to do it with someone he was friends with.
Right.
Oh, your pals, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the only reason they asked me. They wouldn't want me. Because I used to find it quite funny that I'd look at it sometimes and go, I know these people, but if I was someone else who didn't really know about comedy and just turn it on, I'd be like, I don't watch these. I don't even know who these two people are.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Full of each other.
Yeah.
So I think I was lucky that people know who Johnny is. So at least, and it's quite funny that no one knows who I am, but they know who he is. So that helped me in a way that. So yeah, and I had that line because she also writes 6 jokes, and there was a few they wanted me to take out. But they have these writers that provide you with jokes, and you read some of them, and you go, everyone was just about how fat he was or something. And I was like, just keep going about.
Yeah, because even the audience would be like,
and he'd lost weight at the time.
Yeah, and he'd lost weight.
Yeah.
Really fucked it up because I had like 2, and I was like, for fuck's sake. He doesn't normally stick to these things. Oh, God. It's going to be 2 weeks. But he, and that one, I was a bit nervous, but I chatted beforehand, and he was. But Johnny, I don't think Johnny quite knew. I think he thought it'd be more fun if we both just went on and made it up. Let's just go on there and do what we do. And I was like, not both, just fucking crap.
Do what we do.
Yeah, 2 drunk men.
Yeah.
Going, hey, you fucking. I went, one of us needs to know what they're doing. So that if we're both up there doing it, Because also Johnny can pull that off really well. I can't.
Yeah, especially if no one knows who you are as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need that on top of that either, do you?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the jokes that you wasn't allowed to do?
It was just it was really weird little things. Like they were like, it was more like the terminology of things. So they didn't you couldn't say serial killer, which I ended up just putting in anyway because I thought it don't make any sense. I mean, can you say? I think it was like Ed Gein or something. I was like, well, I don't think people. If it's Comedy Central, people might not really know Ed Gein.
Right, yeah.
I mean, we all know Ed Gein. He's one of the best. But, I thought it's a bit broader to say serial killer, but it's really weird little terms and.
It's strange that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Mad that, isn't it?
But
I love the thought of like hipster serial killers, like it's very mainstream.
Yeah. I bet they're all hipsters. You go back far enough now.
Yeah.
They should be giving you a haircut.
But it's mad that on something roast battle where it's meant to be like
Savage.
the most brutal jokes people can come up with, but you can't say serial killer.
Like, yeah.
It's weird.
It's
Telly.
That
I'm
is
all about
telly. Yeah. It's funny you say about when you're watching comedians, but some people might, because you know them because you've been in the industry, but some people might turn it on and be like, "Who's this?" We watched when you was on, was it Russell Howard's? And Will Duggan comes on.
Oh yeah.
And I went, "Oh, there's Will Duggan." But obviously, people in the crowd would be like, "Who's this? Who's this keyboarder fella?"
Oh, yeah. Well, they did it when I walked out.
Yeah.
It was fucking awful the first time we did that.
Really? Yeah.
Because I was in the wrong place. So they're going on for ages about, here's your cue. So when Russell brings you on, and we'd rehearsed it loads because it was a bit more. Again, I thought I should have just done 5 minutes of stand up, but I went, I want a choir boy and a keyboardist, and they'll come in on ropes. Look, can you not just write 5 minutes of jokes? I was like, I can't write 5 minutes of jokes here. Fucking got some pyrotechnics, a squib will go off. And so we rehearsed it all down to the T, and I went, right, okay, learn yours. And then I was stood with this girl who was going to take me to the position to go on. And then she's going, right, so we'd have been there. And then I just heard, Phil Ellis, and they're cheering. And I went, so shouldn't I, isn't that, what? Why am I here? Behind the studs. She was like, oh, shit. So she tried to get me there on time. But by then, Russell's already come off, and he was just going, right, from the other side. And so I come on the other side, and I went, what's going on? I was like, what? So I just went out but by now it's nervous anyway because I've never done stand up on
and the
TV.
clappers petering out.
Oh, it's just fucking horrible.
Yeah,
it's like if you do this show and you get by the time you get to the mic and it's stopped, you go, well, they're not going to like it. They already are disappointed. They're all going, who the fuck's this? Is closing the show. But it's like that. So Russell's gone off who everyone knows and loves, and they're going, oh. Well, it's like he's going off, and then like a really horrible Dutch clock, and then I'm coming on this side, and it's like, oh, is this fucking piece of shit? So I come out going, hey, it's just like peters out, and then I go, oh god, it's so, and then I have to keep walking to my thing, to the to my little spot, and I go, oh, I'm Phil Ellis, and I'm shaking anyway, and it's just, and it was just silence, and it was so bad. I had to stop it after about 2 seconds or something because it was just. I went, this has gone to shit. It's gone to. I went, right. I went, this isn't my fault. I went, I'm not. They put me in the wrong place. Right? So now it's just really silent, and everyone's going. What's he talking about? I went, I was meant. I went, this is fucked. I went, maybe we should start again. But then Russell thinks I'm doing something. Oh, he's doing a Phil.
Phil Ellis
Here
bit.
he goes, doing a Phil Ellis.
Yeah.
What's he going to do now? And I was going, no, I've really fucked this. And then nothing's happening. Everyone's just going, keep rolling. He's doing his thing. And I was going, why is no one stopping this? I went, I didn't want to, because I don't know how telly works. I was like, why is nobody stopping this?
Yeah.
I've just been beaten up. And then eventually, I think then they went, oh, we quite like this guy. He's a real idiot. He genuinely doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
So then I went, oh God, I'm not even meant to be here. I'm a runner. I went, Phil Ellis has got home. He had enough. I've come out. I wear a suit to work, dress for the job you want. And just was trying to do this rant. And then eventually they reset. And luckily then they went, oh, we quite like him. So it went well.
So when you come on the second time, you were like, oh, he's back. Like,
Yeah, and it was good. And then they asked us to go back the week after because they got the wrong angle for the choir boy.
Oh, really?
So I was like, oh, fuck, what do you mean? 'Cause the bit is I do this song about diversity, but it's just 2 white blokes. And then to make it more diverse, a 3rd white bloke comes out. So it's quite funny that you go, we'll talk about diversity without having any diversity on the show at all. But then we had to go back to get the angles the following week. They did 2 interviews before us, so it had gone on like an hour longer. You had Richard Branson was on. And then they had this guy who was like the most charming guy ever. And what he would do is, he was a black guy who would go around America and interview, and like, not so much interview, but like chat to people from in the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh,
Right.
I've seen that.
Yeah, he's great, and he would, and he'd just without like pushing it on them, he'd just chat to them and get to know them, and they'd start to go, oh, you're right, actually, this is ridiculous. What the fuck am I doing?
This guy's all right.
So he spent an hour. He went on longer because everyone's like, God, this guy's, and he's really interested in all these stories. And so now it's about 9:30, nearly 10 o'clock. And everyone's like, God, well, that's been fun. And Russell Howard, who we all love, and I want my mum to sleep with. And and Richard Branson, I've always wanted to see him in real life, see if he exists. And they're this great guy. Oh, right, well, I'm full. And then they go, anyway, here's Phil Ellis. And I fucking come out and I go, hey, let's talk about diversity. And they're going, is he taking the piss? Just come out after that.
Yeah, so right.
It was just went to shit again. And so they hated me exactly again. And I was like, oh, God. And then Will comes out with a keyboard. And this time the keyboard's wrapped up so it unplugs. So it won't start either. So I'm going, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, it's not starting. And then eventually I go, oh, this has gone to shit. This is why I'm not on telly. There's a shit like this. I've come on after a really charming man, just trying to be ironic, and it's not working at all. This isn't working. He can't even plug a fucking keyboard in. He goes, it wasn't my fault, the keyboard. I went, you're not paid to talk. So this whole thing. And then they went, oh, we like him again. So then luckily they liked us again. We plugged in.
It's a weird thing about English audiences. I think they like a bit of a shit show sometimes.
A bit of
they
chaos.
find themselves in a weird little moment where they're like, oh, yeah, we're enjoying this.
Yeah. Because I found that on stage when, if something isn't landing or like a gig isn't going your way, if you just go, wow, fuck this, and then just start going off the rails, people start going, hey, this lad's all right, actually. Because you're not like, I don't know what it is, like you're not taking yourself too seriously, or that it's not going well, and they're all like, yeah, we know. Like, it's weird. You
haven't got that affront of like.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird way to like bring a gig back round, to like confront the fact that it's going badly, and people go, yeah, it is, but you know what, you're all right. Like, it's mad.
I think sometimes it can go that it can be that thing of you can do the wrong. Like sometimes people don't realise it's going badly; they're enjoying it, and you can't tell sometimes when you're on stage, can you? I've been at gigs where I've stood at the back and there's an act going, "What's wrong with you all?" And you go, "They really like it." What's it?
I think I've done that a few times. Yeah. Like ended the go and go, "Yeah, I mean, I've been all right," and then you come off and everyone's like, "Woo!" and you're like, "I thought I was doing awful." It's strange. Well, I've seen a few things about, like, you've had a few encounters with audience members, haven't you? Where you like get into like a few scuffles and that.
Right, I've had a terrible one. A gig that we did together. We were in Salford a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
You left. Look, that went bad.
Oh, did it?
That went really bad, yeah.
In the one in the brewery, wasn't it?
Yeah. I just quit smoking, which didn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that had anything to do with it. And I wasn't, so I'd quit drinking and smoking. I think I was in 2 weeks in or something. I was telling everyone, obviously. And it just went really badly. I was trying this new stuff, which was fine. But you did the gig, and they were fine. Like you said, they're all right.
It was a bit thingy, yeah. It was a weird. It's a weird gig. It's a big, massive brewery in it, but you're just a little one straight. Yeah, it was nice, but it wasn't like It didn't feel like a Friday night type energy in there. I didn't think.
Yeah, they were just sat, and they were the kind of people. I'm sorry, but if you go into an industrial estate in Salford where people would probably get shot years ago, but now you're sat there being, oh my God, I just love to drink next to the hops. And I hate it. Not my people. But anyway, I'm doing it, and it was fine. But it is one of those, it was just the big light on. And the promoter was lovely, and I felt really bad. I haven't spoken to him since. I almost told him to keep the money, but I thought, no, I want the money. But I nearly said keep the money, but I went, no. It was going really well. It was brilliant for about 10 minutes. And I was like, this is great. And then and there were people going, this one next to me went, God, he's so quick. I went, you bet, yeah. I was like, this is the best it's going to be. And then within seconds, it went to shit from that. And I was like, my God, I really am good at this. And then it all went. It was incredible. It's, oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Some sort of trolley going past outside.
Some Meals on Wheels outside.
Yeah.
It's imagine if someone going into an ambulance. Quick. Do not resuscitate. And it was my fault. It was all my fault how it went badly, I think.
Right.
A bit. Because there was a lad at the front, he was really drunk. Did you see him? He was really...
I'm not sure. I mean, a couple of people were quite drunk because that craft ale is quite strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not like, when you go to a normal gig, they might have 2 or 3 pints before you get on. When they pints are like 10%, everyone's fucked off it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was that cat, and he was he was a really nice, smily lad with his girlfriend.
I think it might have been Ben Blunt. I think I know who it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel really bad.
No, come on, it's fine.
I don't know who he is, but he was smiling, right, and he was laughing loads, which is good. But it was getting to the point where he was laughing at just at anything. So it was a bit. I didn't quite get.
Yeah, right.
And then I said something, and he was like, say, for example, it was a joke about a clock. I mean, I don't have a joke about a clock, but you can imagine how funny it would be. But he just so he would go clock! And I'd be like, yeah. Right. Anyway, so, 10 seconds later, he's like, clock! I'm like, mate, we've done I get it, and everyone's laughing at him laughing. I was like, yeah, it's funny. But again, I'm not actually finished the joke yet, so you're ruining the rhythm of. So I'm trying to do the punchline again. He's like, clock, and I went, mate. The thing is, I know you're a nice guy, and I know you're just enjoying yourself. Yeah. But honestly, it's ruining it. It's every time you're doing that, I said, comedy's about rhythm. So then I started doing this, thinking this will be quite funny. They hate this, absolutely. And rightfully so, really. There's a young lad having a nice workshop. And I've then gone, why are you laughing so much? What's wrong with you? So then I try and go back to the joke, but he's still smiling. And then he goes, and then he says clock again. And I know he's not doing it to wind me up. He just can't get over that I've said the word clock or something.
Yeah, right. So
he's like, clock. And I went, and then everyone laughs again. I went, I don't know what it is. I said, I know you're nice. I can't keep coming back to you, but did you like a lobotomized Labrador or something? Like, you're wagging your tail at the window. It doesn't matter what's going past. You're just fucking happy that something's on your tail. And then I start going into him, and then everyone's like, why is he doing this? And then someone had a go at me. I went, oh, fuck off. You had a gap year, didn't you? And he went, yeah, I did. I went, a gap year. He went, 3 actually. I went, I fucking knew it. And then this guy walked past on purpose through the stage. And I went, who do you think you're walking past, weekend dad? I went, oh, fuck it. And then everything just fell apart. And it was just the whole room, to the point I had to walk off.
Oh, really?
There was no saving it. I tried.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we've had enough now. And he was wagging.
So
He's still, the thing is, he's still laughing. Doesn't know what's going on. I went, it's over. They hate me now. He's got a clock. I'm like,
so funny.
But it just went like that.
It's like that's never bring him out. Never bring him out again.
Yeah. So, I bet you cry at funerals as well, don't you, piece of shit? He was just having the correct reaction.
Yeah.
Just having a nice time.
Yeah.
Have you had physical altercations at Anna? Or just verbal abuse?
The fact that's the thing about it makes me think.
I don't know. I don't think.
Was it a gig or was it just a night out when someone punched you 3 times or something?
That was a night out.
Oh, okay.
That's the Funs and Games Christmas party.
Okay.
Punched me in the face. I think we spoke about this, didn't we? And I didn't know what they were. my plan was, but he like, because we're very quickly we're out on a night out. It's Mick Ferry, all of us from the show, and it was Christmas, and we're at this pub, and this guy like he looked very hipstery with the bit, I'm not going to think against hipsters, or anything, but if you could just see the back of someone's head round a group, you just go, oh, there's a beardy man trying to make everyone shake hands with him,
right?
And I didn't like the way he was trying to do this alpha male thing. He's like, Merry Christmas, shake my hand, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, fucking hell. So he goes, Merry Christmas. I went, Merry Christmas. He went, shake my hand. I went, nah, I'm all right. And he went, shake my hand. I was like, it's not nice if you're telling someone to shake.
Yeah.
So he was going, just shake my fucking hand. And I was like, no, I'm all right. I said, I'm fine. He was going, what's this guy's problem? I was like, I don't. So I turned around then, but he's behind this group of people. Like, this prick trying to make me shake his, and I just saw this as he jumped up. I went, fucking hell, he's ripped. My God, he's got the head of a hipster, but the body of like I don't know what. And he's just fucking. So I got dragged out, and then he kept hitting me because I kept telling him. I don't know what my plan was, but I kept going, oh yeah, hit me again. And he'd be like, I will. And Mick Ferry's going, what is wrong with you? Stop hitting him. He goes, why? Stop telling him to hit you. And I go, you call that a punch? And then he punched me again. And I go, ooh, that really hurt. My eye's getting bigger. It clearly is hurting. But that hurt. And Mick's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't know. I just thought this was a really good plan. It might make him stop. I thought it might get him tired.
Yeah.
So he just kept.
Well, like Homer, that's Homer's technique. It just get punched until the guy gets tired and then knock him over.
Punch.
Yeah.
That was awful.
I do feel, because sometimes the way I've seen you like hosting gigs and that, sometimes the way you react with people, because like obviously you're doing it to be funny, but I can imagine on weekends and that if people are bladdered that they think that you're being like quite aggressive with them or whatever.
I think that's what like with that gig. I realised I went, that was too aggressive.
But it's not coming from an aggressive place though, really, is it?
It was meant to be funny, and but then you forget that, like you say, I think it's really funny that someone's having like with that lad. I thought it's really funny that he's laughing loads, but because it's actually ruining. It's funny if I get angry at him laughing. So I thought this was quite funny, but people don't, because they are just going, why is he having a go?
Why is he fuming at him?
So I thought, and I've done it before, where I think if I make it bigger, they're going to know that's a joke, and they'll just find that funny. It's ended up like a Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I was on the floor with holding up 2 chairs, walk around going, who's going to heckle next? Is it you, old man? And it's just everyone looking at all these old people going, what's he doing? I was going, oh, not so cocky, because they were just booing me. I went, not so cocky now, Blackpool, are we? Hey? And I thought, this is funny, a bloke flailing 2 chairs. But now they're all just, now they're scared that the guy's going to hit them with a chair. Yeah, right. Because they're going, he's supposed to just stand there, we're just booing him, that's what you do. So that's the problem. I think it doesn't.
Yeah, because I used to have that like when I first started. If someone heckled or anything, I'd say something, but Amy'd be like, I don't know why people didn't laugh at that. Everyone sort of thought it got a bit aggressive, and Amy was like, because you're not smiling when you do it. You're going, shut the fuck up, you're not bad.
He's covered in tattoos and that, and it's like you need to make.
Yeah,
like,
and
people think you're a fog. You're scouts. Like.
So everyone sort of go, oh, fucking hell. In my head, I'm like, oh, that was dead funny. That one. I got it, proper burnt him there. And everyone's like, oh, fucking hell, don't say anything now. And then it like sort of.
But that's good to have. Like, so was this early on?
Yeah.
Because it's good to have someone who can actually go. Because especially like early days, I think you need that.
Oh, I give him a full critique after every time he comes on.
But that's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very helpful,
Still, I think. Because like if you went to a gig now, would you still go like that bit there? You
I'd be like, oh, you missed that bit out. Do you know, because I know while he's set and everything.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that. So I just come off and I go, what a bunch of... I was watching footage back and I go, my God, what's wrong with you, fella? We're fine. And I start going, oh, what? You don't like that joke? Flipping a table.
It's amazing.
Yeah, Amy's like Dean's little comedy coach, so you get to like Rocky that goes in a corner. It's like that with the water and the towels.
Dabbing him.
Get back out there. If you had the curry, back out there.
This next question's really funny because he's posed it like you're on Question Time or something like that.
Oh, I love it. I hope it's about Ukraine.
Well, no, but it is quite
kind of.
Josh Adams has asked, what do you think about rising fuel prices? And how will that affect up-and-coming comedians being able to drive to gigs? Do you think that we'll see more regionalised open mics?
Fucking hell. Right, I'm going to think about the green belt, John?
I don't think it's just new comedians, though. I think that'll affect all comedians, innit? Like driving and...
I think what we need to focus on here is that Josh clearly has never seen any of my work and just wanted to ask a question, but without having to show that he has any knowledge of it. No idea this prick is this weight, but listen, petrol's gone up. What are we going to do about it?
Yeah. When we was in China, like kids coming up to us, interviewing us in the street, being like, how can we improve the roads?
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't drive. I don't drive in China.
Roundabout. More roundabout.
Less tuk-tuks. They're very hard on the concrete.
I think. I don't know really, because it's like, I mean, I could put petrol in. I mean, my cars. I'm driving a car that a 17-year-old girl in 2004 would have got, like, for getting good A-level results, like, from a rich dad. It's a bright red 2004 Beetle.
Nice.
So I think I get out of that and go, the fuck's this? And it eats. It's a 2 litre, and it's. I made the mistake of driving to Glasgow the other week.
Right.
Because on Sundays when you get a train back, it's always like, you know, Sunday trains like they cancel all the time. So I thought, well, I'll drive and I can drive. £20 into the journey, I was like, what the fuck have I done? I'm not even past Preston. It must be 20 quid. Just see this petrol going down. And I worked out, it's going to cost me over 100, like 110, 120 quid to get. I was like, what am I doing? Oh, it was too late then. I had to get to Glasgow. And then when I got into Glasgow, which is literally off the motorway, I was like, you go, dush, dush. And then I was parking up at the hotel. And as I was parking at the hotel, I was like, sat there going, God, I can't believe it cost me 60 quid. And then I saw this red light come on. I went, oh, I've not seen that red light before. And then I saw this smoke coming out the bonnet. I went, oh, for fuck's sake. I went, oh, my God. Turn the engine off. Water just poured out. I went, oh, for fuck's sake. So it turns out the fan's gone.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, this is going to cost me 120 quid in petrol. God knows how much this is going to cost. I put it in the car park because I was sat in traffic because the barrier broke in the car park, which caused a bit backlog onto the... Oh, it was just a night. So then I get into the hotel, open the curtain, and then you could see the fucking trains. But I was at the station. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, the train. There's that £40 return train just pulling a boop, boop. I was like,
mocking you.
So I don't know if that really helps.
Yeah, public transport, maybe.
Yeah.
More people will be getting...
Thanks for the question, Josh.
Yeah, hey, Josh, thanks. Josh, and are you an up-and-coming comic? If so, stop. How fucking dare you?
Yeah, it might make people, like, not venture out as much over the next weeks or months. I don't know how long the fuel hike's going to last, but you probably get a lot of people just staying northwest and stuff like that.
Hasn't Boris Johnson went over to Saudi Arabia? Boris Johnson. Did I say it right?
They say Borin.
I'm a mumbler. I mumble a lot. So. But hasn't he just went over to Saudi Arabia where last week they beheaded like 7 people in a day or more than that?
Because they're trying to not use Russian oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's just going from one evil supervillain to the next.
I know,
like, can we have your oil, please, Mr. Other supervillain?
Yeah, it's just what the fuck you do. I don't know.
What do you do?
Better the devil you know sometimes.
This is why I don't drive, don't go anywhere, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the problem is, if you want oil, we've already had oil off all the nice people. That's why we got it.
We
killed them
Took
all.
it all.
Took it all. Now, the only people that now have oil are the horrible people who did the same thing.
Could you have some of your oil, please?
Yeah.
But it might be local. I mean, I think I'd have to be more sensible, like doing things like when you asked me about this, it works out well because you guys are nice and flexible as well. I'm going on to a gig in Wrexham.
Yeah.
So you go, oh, that's good because then I can do. You
kind of on the way in it,
Yeah, and you try and work stuff around. So I suppose if you're gigging, it's car shares and that kind of thing. Back to that, but then you might be on a bill with some absolute fucking.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to Hull at the end of this month, and I'm like, what's that going to cost me? Like, probably
we could have gone to Paul and Laurie's wedding, but we're going to Hull.
That's
Capital of Culture 2014.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. Celebrity wedding there.
I mean, I probably couldn't afford to go.
Are you going to at least go to Hull?
Yeah, I'm going to Hull.
I mean, I don't honestly.
You just go to the wedding.
I mean, the opposite way is further away than Hull, and probably wouldn't be able to afford that fuel down them ways either.
Devon, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not going, are we?
No. I don't know. I don't know if I can talk about this wedding.
No, once you go to Devon, because Devon to me is just very long, scary roads, and then a pub. Like once every 8 miles,
so far
and then
away,
another horrible, scary road, but not on the green, and then another pub.
Yeah,
That's all Devon was for me.
I think, didn't we go camping there?
No, we went to Exmoor. I think it's down them ways.
I think it's near Devon, but we booked like a spot for like 4 days, and we stayed for one day and then left.
Realised how much we hated camping and went,
Really?
yeah. Put my tent in the bin.
It was a tent though.
Yeah,
It was a tent and it
Put
had
the tent in
mould
the
in
bin.
it. And we bought an inflatable bed, but when we unpacked it was a single.
Right, yeah.
So
And it was absolutely pissing down as well that night.
it was so horrendous.
And I just woke up in the morning and I was getting a shower and I was thinking of all these ways to tell Amy that I was like, I'm done with camping.
Yeah.
And I got back and she was already packing up the
packed
tent
it up.
going, I'm done with this. I was
Yeah.
like, me too, let's
we
fuck off.
put the tent in the bin.
Yeah.
Shoved it in
to
the
make
bin
a
and drove off.
statement, yeah.
Just didn't even
That's
tell
right.
them.
Did you stay in Devon or did you just go back?
Exmoor, I think it was.
Exmoor,
Yeah, I don't. It's
Down
all,
there,
all,
some,
all
like,
the same down there.
far
aren't
away.
they?
Did you get like a B&B or something?
We drove home, and on the way home we stopped in Cardiff and stayed at some manor.
Right.
Ooh,
spa.
much
Yeah,
nicer.
I know.
That's a step up for me.
I know, yeah. I was like, fuck this, I'm meant to be on holiday. Trying to eat a pot noodle.
Get me a 3-person bath.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was that depressed from the tent that I was like, take me to a castle.
Yeah.
Bath. I know.
I used to do a lot of festivals, but I could not now at 40. Like the last time I went, I think it was about 36.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm too fucking old for sitting in this tent.
Yeah.
Like, you've got at home, what you've got at home's comfier.
Exactly.
So I was like, let's go home.
Just going on holiday
Let's
to
go.
a worse
Yeah.
environment, innit? It's
Yeah.
like, it's just like being at home, but it's
Yeah.
like, well, I've got
It's
to
like
heat up a pot noodle on a
living like a
gas
refugee.
stove and that, and it's like,
I've
I
got a
don't know how
house.
people do it with kids. I
Yeah.
could not. It's my favourite. There's a story where Barry Dodds. I might have got this wrong, so if Barry will have to confirm this. But I wasn't at the trip. But he used to do this comedian's camping trip years ago.
right.
And they'd gone there, and Barry was showing off about how cheap his tent was. It was only a fiver. It was only a fiver.
£5 tent, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
God.
going. Oh, it might have been Damien's tent. It was Barry was there, so Barry telling me the story was somewhere. Anyway, it's quite funny. So it's like they sat there going, "It's only £5 the tent." I think it was by you, but it's and they're going, "But it's not. It's going to be shit." He's like, "It's fine. It's £5." And when he opens it, it's a kid's tent. For an idiot. So he's gone. So it's just like that. He goes, "It's fine. I can get in it." He goes, "You can
curled up like
you
a
can just about get in it." What are you doing? He's like, so he didn't want to look like back down that it was a great deal.
Yeah.
So he pegs it in. And they go to the pub and everyone's laughing at his tent. He's going, "Look, it's fine." He goes, "Only cost me a fiver." And then they just sat there and the tent just comes flying back. And he went, "Oh, fuck." And he just watched it fly away.
Just sleeping with your head just poking out of it like, so for fiver, Mad.
Exposed to the elements.
Yeah. So sunburnt. Like, can we have a little 5 minutes? I need to shoot.
Yeah, of
this
course.
Yeah. I do believe we're sponsored by Manscaped.
Ooh. And you know, when I'm prepping my balls to dip them in household condiments, I'm using Manscaped products. We just received our performance package, and including in that, you get the Lawnmower 4.0, which is this nifty little shaver. Very lightweight. It's waterproof. Got a little light on it so you can really see what's going on down there. You also get Crop Reviver Ball Toner. Give your balls a little spritz, make them smell nice. And you also get some anti-chafing ball deodorant. Look at that. Lovely balls. I'm airy up here. I'm smooth as a seal from the neck down.
Ladies, we go through so much grooming, from eyebrows to eyelashes, hair and nails. The very least your fella can do is tidy up his horrible scraggly ball sack. If you're looking for a chunky gift for your man, look no further than Manscaped.
Join the 4 million men worldwide who have reduced odour, their chance of ingrown hairs, nicks and cuts on the ball bag. Get yourself a performance package today. Use the code TMHC20 at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. Plus, you get a little gift with it. These anti-chafing underpants. Very
They
soft.
feel amazing.
And you also get this bag, which is nice and smooth, like your bag will be when you use the Lawnmower 4.0.
You know, if you're looking to buy a gift for your dad, now I don't know much about dads, but from what I see in the films, they've got hairy noses and hairy ears. Well, in that case, the Weed Whacker, perfect for those hairy crevices.
Get on it. Manscaped.com. Use code TMHC20 at checkout. 20% off. Free shipping. Your balls will thank you. Your missus will thank you. Your fella will thank you.
Your dad'll thank
Your dad will thank you. Go get it. We love yous.
Love you.
Back to the show.
Bye.
Nice one. We're back. So, you wanting to ask about Paddy's Day or something?
No, I was literally just asking if you had any stories.
Oh,
and he
and-
went, no.
oh,
I went,
okay.
I will fucking forget about
Oh, okay.
this.
So
I
we're
was
back.
just going to say, but I don't know if we put this in. I was just wanted to ask you, do you think we could get Johnny Vegas on?
John, I knew I was here for a reason. One thing's I'm the gateway to the. I don't. The thing.
Does he do stuff like that?
I don't think he does a great deal. I think it's because like he's busy, and I don't know. I mean, I could when I speak to him, but speaking to Johnny, like you'll have a moment where you'll speak to him, and it'll be like, hey, I've really got chat for a few hours, or then you'll catch up for a few days, and then he'll be off, and then he'll reappear again.
Yeah, right.
Because he's off doing things and film.
All sorts,
He's mostly up here now. So.
He strikes me as like he wouldn't understand podcasts as well. Do you know what I mean? He's probably done a handful.
I watched him on his camping show that he did.
Oh yeah,
he was just so emotional.
Yeah, he's lovely.
Didn't realise how like, because obviously his when you see his stand up and that, and how he come up, he was like, oh, he's always the pissed fella, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like a bit of a, I don't know what the word is, but you know, like when we watched that show. And you seen like his artistic side, and like it was just like a completely new side that I just didn't even know about him and that. His boss. It was good to see, like.
Yeah, and also I'm from St Helens. So
I was going to ask where you were from, actually. Yeah.
So it'd be nice to talk to him about Pimlet's pies and Pilkington's glass.
He is a very lovely man, and he is. Yeah, I suppose it's interesting that the people see him as the brash.
That's it. Yeah.
Because it's odd, like when you with him as well. I suppose it attracts certain people. Like I'd hate to be, don't get me wrong. I'd like a certain level of fame that perhaps people would come up and say, "Oh, I like that thing you did."
Yeah.
But I couldn't be doing with the amount of people just coming up, and I've never seen anyone have that level of fame of Johnny's.
Yeah.
Because even if if you were to see Jimmy Carr, you might shout out, "Cats!"
Yeah, right.
Or something, or some
tax evasion.
Or it's one of his hate crimes. That he's all, I don't think he's a hateful man. I think he knows how to get people to watch his special. But I think he had to struggle that much anyway. I've got to get more than 30 hits on a YouTube clip. But my new one, which is me hating on the travelling folk, check it out. Join, add, like, and subscribe. But even then, like, you wouldn't really approach him, kind of thing, would you? Like, if I saw an actor that I fucking loved, like, Dean Gaffney. And I couldn't think of anyone.
I thought you were going to say Daniel Day-Lewis.
I know, I couldn't think. I was trying to think of someone new. Poor Dean Gaffney. Dean Gaffney. I don't think he's even on telly.
If anything, Dean Gaffney would be like, when you'd notice him.
Still waiting for my variety meal for what? That was a low point. I used to go to Alan's Fried Chicken in Manchester so often. Like Alan's Fried Chicken. Alan, I might add, was taught to fry chicken by the Colonel himself. So there's even a picture of him next to him. The Colonel doesn't quite know where he is at the time, I don't think. It could be a cut out, actually. But anyway, so I used to go in there so often that I remember I was having a fag outside my house in Manchester once, and this guy went past on a bike. I was like, started waving at me. I was like, who the fuck's that? And he's like waving, and then I went, oh, it's the guy who works at Alan's Fried Chicken. I went, yeah, this is a low point. This is another low point.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. And he went, variety meal for what? Yeah.
That's me.
See you at 8.
But I know,
see you at 8.
I know what you mean about the Johnny Vegas thing, because everyone who sees him, I imagine, really annoying people. No, but just people wanting him to drink. You know what I mean? People must want to get him pissed all the time. Yeah.
With Kinnison, because he was like the cocaine guy. Every party, every after show party and that, people were like, here's some drugs for you. We want to do drugs with you. So they'd be racking up like massive lines of cocaine because that's his persona.
I want to become the weed woman.
Like he just has to do it, otherwise everyone would be like, what did you say?
I want to become the weed woman of that.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, the Doug Benson.
Get handed edibles to people.
I'll just be the Alan's Fried Chicken one. I them fucking drummers. Hell dear. 2, 3, 4, variety meal for 3 tonight, mate.
I know, a pot of gravy.
Yeah.
Some of the questions that I ask, like staple questions on this, is for your proudest moment and your most shameful moment. Is that one of your shamefuls?
That one? Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, there's so many. There's so many shameful moments. Like,
that's so good.
Stood in a police station and trying to get out of them, put me in a cell. So I went, they went, do you think you'll kill yourself? I went, yeah, probably. Probably just kill myself. And they went, well, if you are going to kill yourself, we can't put you in a cell. We'll just put you in this. I went, where'd you put me? They went, well, in that glass box. And I looked behind me, just a big glass box, like the Cube. Game show with Philip Schofield trying to get into fucking beanbag in a net. But I went, no, so I'm feeling a lot better, actually. Yeah, all right, then.
Can we ask why you ended up in the police station?
Oh, who knows? Who knows? That was across the borderline. Just being drunk when I was much younger, a younger foolish man. Well, that was literally at that point in my life. I just thought I was Liam Gallagher, so I would walk around with sunglasses on when I had a fringe.
Right.
And surprisingly, I'd get the shit kicked out of me all the time. And it was just one of those many times where apparently if you're beaten up outside a nightclub, you're drunk and disorderly.
Really?
Yeah.
Just instantly go to, because you got beat up, do you think
by bouncers.
You were starting something?
Yeah.
All right.
So that's, I mean, I don't want to anger the police, but they did a terrible job a few times. But
a few times.
No, but again, I think, to be honest, I look back when I was 18, I'd have punched me.
Yeah,
I'd have got. I reckon the people punching me might have been me going in a time machine going back, just fucking knock me out.
Just trying to
stop wearing a cravat. You're 18. You're doing. That's his low. Low points.
No low points. That's a bit sad. Shameful moments.
All right. Okay.
Because low points might be a bit depressing, mightn't it?
I shat myself when I was 7, just swimming, and then my mum had lost the key to the house, and my dad was working nights at the brewery, so he couldn't get in the house, and I had shitty kecks. So I had to go to my next door neighbours. He was in my class at school.
Yeah.
Wash my ass, and then sit waiting for my dad to turn up with the spare key in my swimming trunks that were wet from swimming.
Oh no.
That's a shame.
Everyone knew. I mean, there's no way of getting around that.
No, not when you're with someone from
just begging your mates, please.
Yeah. I didn't just shit myself. I had a very bad tummy. We'd got home, then couldn't get in, and it was just too much.
It was just too late. The floodgates were breaking.
And we all do silly things when we're 28 years old. Why are we going to school? That's a low point. Quite a few low points.
You got any proudful moments?
Prideful?
No. Proudful.
This. Prideful. You make me so prided.
We have asked that's me, it's going to be like teens. Here's a sentence, right?
Yeah, here's a sentence. Right.
Are you working on any sitcoms, any side projects? Because we were talking briefly before we started about Danger Precinct.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a big fan of Danger Precinct.
What was that? Was that just something you worked on with?
Just Liam Bolton and George Cotier.
Oh, okay.
Just did this thing, Danger Precinct. It was really funny. But it was that thing I kept saying to George, I think you should use microphones because we can't. Because you'd watch it and go, God, he's done all this in his bedroom. It looked great.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was just dead silly future
really is funny.
thing.
I can imagine you, Liam Bolton. I never met George, but I've heard he's just like another Liam Bolton type of guy.
Yeah, it's all like a joke will be a shrug or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it really is good.
It was really fun, but it's just, if you watch it, I think they're online, it's very hard to tell what a lot. I'd like him to go back and remaster it like George Lucas.
The remastered thing.
Yeah, the Danger Precinct Redux. So I did the radio series and then did 3 of those. And then at the minute I'm working on another sitcom, which I was very excited about. And then there's a short film that looks like that's been trying to make that for about 6 years. And then it keeps going, and then you move on to do something. You go, oh, that's short film.
Right, yeah.
But short films, you don't really know what to. You do a short film then, so that's going into a different thing. And then there's another idea out the other day, so I wrote the pilot to that, and that's something else I'm quite excited about. The other problem is it takes so long, and you just really so you get people who then want to back you, and then you're like, great, and then they go and write this stuff, and you go, I've written it, and then it's like you go, it's been a year. Now you're working on the treatment, then you're going to go and rewrite it.
Yeah,
you're going to look at casting, and then you're going to do it. So I'm hoping. it'd be nice if one of the things gets off, but you don't.
Yeah.
You don't really. I don't like to go around saying anything. I learned quite early on when it's filmed and out, then you can. Because otherwise, there's so many times people go, can't talk too much, but got a little project. And then after about 8 months, you go, Hey, what happened to your project? All right. It didn't happen. All right.
That's what Glenn Wool was saying last week. He was like, people go, you got to move out. You got to move out. The ball's rolling and stuff, and then just teeters off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just you're only hot property for a very short period. That was what was really upsetting. Call me hot property. I got like some teen dance track. Hot property. Here it comes. Here it is. Hot property. It's fucking.
Your Beetle.
This awful man. Pull up in the fucking park in the disabled parking space in his red Beetle at an angle.
Yeah.
Okay, I am hot property. Just wearing this
for the next 2 weeks, and then.
What's the? Was it Radio 4 that you have the thing on?
Yeah, we did 3 series on that.
Right.
And then the last series we did, to be honest, we'd done pretty much everything you can do with that. I mean, it could have gone on. I mean, it was funny, but it was like it was a bit silly, the last series.
Right.
It's like, well, yeah, it was. But the year before, we had Sean Locke was the head of the Hong Kong Mafia, who got eaten by an ex-Russian nightclub dancing disco bear in hot pants. Because it mistook his hand for a salmon, and he was called the Dragon. I went, so you didn't think that was too silly?
That's
but
mad,
the year later, we had Mark Lamar playing Billy Bonker, the head of the Cuppa Soup factory, and me and Johnny had won golden sachets in our boxes of Cuppa Soup, and Amy Gledhill was on a date with Captain Birdseye, and Captain Birdseye and Colonel Sanders. I know it wasn't Captain Birdseye. Oh, that was it. And Toby Carvery turned up at one point. I went, yeah, you're right. That is silly.
It is quite silly, yeah.
But it was funny though, because you have like Johnny, I'll go, get out the stop. You're draining the Oxtail River, Johnny. Leave it. You know that bit with that floating room in Willy Wonka, and they go up to the top. I remember this in that room and got Billy Bonker. He goes, oh, it's great this room. You can float in it for some reason. And I go, why have you got a floating room in a soup factory? He goes, I don't know, it's fun, innit? I go, hey, come on, John, at least try to float. Fucking horrible.
Was it on that when you said like Mick Ferry was like a Chinese herb?
Yeah, so Mick Ferry's all 3 series is a Chinese herbalist. He always goes, you're really a Chinese herbalist? He goes, oh, for God's sake, yeah, it's the herbs that are Chinese, all right. Everyone always asks me that.
It's the herbs that are Chinese. So
he was the only one with a catchphrase. So I went, hey, do you want to be in it? He went, only do it if I'm a recurring character. I went, fucking hell, that was quite played hardball. So he did. I was like, I could do that. I just walk up and... You're only a background character. I'm not doing it till I get a spin-off.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
This one's from Amy, and it says, "You seem like a silly guy. What's the silliest thing you've ever done?"
Yeah, I like the way that
Top 5 sillies.
I like the way that you have to read it.
yeah. She's Amy reads it.
Yeah.
Weird. What are the 5 weirdest things I've done?
Silliest.
Silly things. Okay, that
doesn't have to be 5 either. If you can't think of 5.
Or silly. What have you done, you piece of shit? What have you done with your life? Give me one thing. I love it. Just give us one thing you've done. Something.
How silly you are, Phil. Tell us something silly you've done.
You sat down on your own. That's one thing, Phil. God bless you. Silly. I think that was probably more light-hearted. They also, I keep trying to flip through things. They're all horrific. They all end up with me running away.
Let's do top 5 horrific things Phil Ellis has done.
I wasn't scared of.
You said there was such like conviction, and I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd built it up more by saying in the police station, made it sound really exciting. Silly things. I went to this is silly. This is tragic as well. It's not. It starts off. I went to a fancy dress party when I was a kid. I went to a fancy dress party. It's a really long story as well. Basically, I go to a fancy dress party dressed as Robin. No one else is going dressed as a superhero because superheroes aren't cool.
Right.
I'm a kid. I'm this tall at like 11, 10 or 11. So I'm dressed as Robin. It was the only outfit they had left. And I'd fallen out with all my friends, so I was on my own going. And everyone else just went as army men. You know, so we went, oh, I'm an army man. And you go, all right, well, I'm Robin. I'm 6 foot Robin. And they've got the colour coding wrong.
Yeah.
So it was peach. Everything was peach. I was like, Robin didn't even wear peach. You understand? I've got a peach cape, and they didn't have shoes. So I had to wear my dad's orange flip-flops. So orange flip-flops. I went, oh, God, no one would chat to me. And then, I can't call him his real name. We'll call him... Darren Floss. That's a good name. Darren Floss turns up. He's about 3 foot and a real nerd. Darren's dressed as Batman, like it's the one from the fucking film.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So I've been there for half an hour trying to convince everyone Robin's cool. Yeah. Then fucking Michael Keaton walks in. I was like, and everyone's like, oh my God. I was like, he's not fucking cool. It's fucking Darren Floss. When he wheezes, he pulls his pants down to his ankles still. Everyone thinks he's cool because he's dressed as fucking Batman. Wait till he goes to the fucking toilet. He's capable on the floor. He's got a fucking Batman having a wee with him. So that got me sad. And then I was trying to win. You could get a free pencil case, and I was really into stationery at the time. I think we all were. It was the 80s. Actually, it was at least 1990. And I swapped all my micro machines once for a pink glittery Filofax.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa Burkett. Thank you, Lisa. Look that. Still got it. Still got it. Shout out to Lisa Burkett. Still got it. Never filled up the addresses. Didn't have enough friends. But anyway, I was fucking, and I started crying because I had no one to chat to, and they wouldn't let me win this. It was all clearly a pervert doing the disco because he kept going past me, circumnavigating just me at the front, dressed as Pete trying to win a pencil case or a fucking sharpener in the shape of a hedgehog or something. And he just fucking swerved round me and give it to one of the girls. There you go. I was like, something's not right here. The Vega bus has been coming for fucking ages, mate. Come on. And then so I just went, oh, what's the point? So I cried, and you know, like at a party where they put all the tables at one end stacked up. So I sort of crawled under the tables, getting really sad. And then I looked, and fucking Darren Floss is getting off with we'll call her Susie Jacobs. Getting off with Susie Jacobs. He was also a bit of a nerd. I was like, what's fucking Batman's getting off with?
The power of the suit.
It was the power of the suit. So that's not really silly. It makes me. Although I did find out 5 years ago that Darren Floss was hit and killed by a car. So Robin wins.
Take that, Darren Floss.
Take that, Darren Floss. The Wenger bus is coming.
Gone but never forgotten.
Well, I went on Facebook not knowing. This is fucking awful, actually. I didn't know. I just saw an old school photo and I was like, why has no one tagged me in the old school? So I thought it'd be funny if I comment underneath. So I liked it and I was like, why am I not getting tagged on this? Legend Phil Ellis is here, you know, joking. And then I scanned up and it was the Darren Floss Memorial page. I was like, it's just me underneath going, Phil Ellis is here. No one's talking about Phil Ellis. And I was like, who tagged that? Oh, it's a memorial page. To try and delete that. I don't know no one's screenshotting that in 10 minutes. Okay.
People like that typical Phil.
Typical Phil.
Piece of shit, yeah.
Typical Peach Robin at it again.
This episode's dedicated
to
Darren Floss.
Floss, yeah.
All right,
what a name.
Darren Floss.
That's such a good name. Back to serious.
Oh, sorry.
Back to serious. What do you think about how the industry's changed over the years? I know.
I think he's good. I always find it funny. I always find it funny when people get really angry. I mean, if you're that, everyone just seems to be going to GB News. To that channel, GB. I'm addicted to it. I can't stop watching GB News. It's the funniest. There's some really people I like, comedians who are on there who aren't right wing, but they just want to get on telly.
Right.
So they desperately got on.
Yeah.
Right, I'm not going to get him to do what they want. It's nothing to do with me. But I just can't stop watching it. It's the funniest thing. I watched Mark Dolan interview Bobby Davro the other day about a panto. And he's trying to shoehorn in Brexit and things. But Bobby Davro just wants to sell his panto. And at one point, Bobby Davro says his dad's died. It's not funny. And but Mark Dolan is so... like, I've met Mark Dolan. He's a really nice bloke, this comic. He clearly just wants to be on telly now, so he's doing this GB News thing. And he's just so funny. So he's there, and he's trying to look really sincere. Bobby Davro goes, well, you know, it's a tough time, you know. My dad died, and he goes, I'm so sorry, Bobby. Right, trying to look really sincere. But he's on Zoom, so Bobby doesn't quite hear him, and he carries on talking. So Mark's like, oh, I really want him to know I'm sorry about his dad. Like, so he goes, I'm really sorry, Bobby. But Bobby misses him again. Because every time there's a pause, he does it, but there's a slight delay, so Bobby keeps missing this. So he goes, oh yeah, so it's in Scarborough. He's going, I'm really sorry about your dead dad, Bobby. But he can't get it, so he misses it again. And then it's this really awkward bit where he goes, I'm really sorry about your dad, Bobby. He's like, oh, thanks. He goes, what was his name? Do you mean what are you doing? Leave him alone. Dad's dead. You want to know his name for you? John. He goes, I'm really sorry about John. I'm like, what? Mark, what did you do, Mark? I think comedy is good that it's changed. And I just think it's funny that Because it was like, and it still is on a lot of bills, when you turn up and you go, there's not a great deal of variety here for anyone going to watch comedy.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of, and for TV, especially, like, I used to find it mad that you'd watch things, and if you look back now at all the big sitcoms or shows, like the fact people are going, it's ridiculous. You know, these people aren't funny on telly. Well, that's also the thing is, that's always been a generational thing anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I'm older now, so people might not find me that funny if you're younger. And that's good. Yeah. Because you're supposed to get your own thing. It's like when the young ones came out, all the older people hated it because it was alternative. What the fuck's this?
Yeah.
And then now they're older and they're whinging about newer people. Not the young ones, but you know, that generation. You're supposed to, like any artistic,
supposed to move on in it. Yeah.
Like the pre-Raphaelites and everything, they're going against. And then you got the realists, and art, and music, punk, and then new wave, and everything's reacting against everything in art.
Yeah,
it's like the music thing, innit? Like that wasn't music when I was a kid.
Like hip hop's turning like loads of mumble rappers, and everyone's like, this shit isn't what they used to be like in the 90s and all that.
But Little Wayne's like, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt to
this shit. It just happens with everything, doesn't it? Yeah.
I love it. It was just still going about, it's not as good as that first rap thing everyone goes on that was really big. Like,
the Sugar Hill rap
down the street the other day. That's real rap.
Real hip hop. Yeah, but even that happened though when all NWA and that started coming out, they were all like, these new hip hop, this will never last. All this one, it's like we want the Sugar Hill Rap Gang back and all that. Yeah.
So mouse in a rap.
Even all that happens with that. So it's always going to happen, innit?
Yeah.
Like in 10 years' time, there'll be a new wave of people coming through. It'll change the industry again. Like it's always going to change, and you sort of have to try and adapt with it or moan about it, innit? It seems there seems to be the only two options people have. Like,
why have I just discovered this?
This is the therapy moment when you go back.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm never on Mock the Week. I'm just gonna have a lie down now. The young man's game. I don't know. I don't know what the.
You see a lot of new comics coming through though, because you still doing Beat the Frog.
Yeah, and there's some really good. That's the other thing. I find it really funny. Like they have this thing, and I get it to a degree. Like when I started doing comedy, I started when I was 25, 26. So I probably didn't start as young as some people, but I was working in a factory, and I used to have to do that in night, take nights off, and drive everywhere. And people go, no one's driving everywhere anymore. Why won't they drive 8 miles? And I was like, because it's shit and it's expensive, and they've got day jobs. A lot of people. And they go, I didn't even stick around and watch the headliner. Yeah, because they've got work at 8. And they don't give a fuck about you going up.
And you also shouldn't rely on your acts being another member of the audience.
And it's like, and I was like, I did, if it's round the corner, I would like to see how the headliner did and you'd learn a bit. But once you've done that a bit, you don't have to. I just find it funny that some old actors go, and it's not a lot, in fairness. They go, I didn't even stick around and watch this. And you go,
so what?
How weird are you?
Just YouTube them if you want to see them. Yeah. Just YouTube the headliner and go, I see them. It's sick.
It's okay.
And they go, you just go online, you become famous online. And they go,
go on then. That's another thing. It's like, if that's all you do, go ahead, jump online and get famous. Like, it's not.
Yeah, like, it's just different ways of doing it. That's all it is. And it's like, I don't know. It's like with cable TV, I suppose, in America was a way for new voices to come on.
Yeah.
Which was interesting at the time. And then now internet, everything like me, I think the methods of comedy, I think the people in comedy, it's just good to see new people on telly doing things. Of course I want to be on telly more. But it's even getting to the point now that telly doesn't.
It's not the be all and end all.
I don't rate telly.
No, really. That's it. No one really watches it. It's like, look at viewing figures. And it's like the first series of the Apollo, you could do a tour off that.
Yeah.
Like one appearance, you could do a good tour. Can't do that now because not enough people watch it. That's not me slagging off anything to do with the Apollo, because I think I'd love to. It's such a good thing to do.
There's so much to compete with now, like content wise.
But that's the thing. Even in 10 years, it's changed.
Yeah. But also, like you were saying on Comedy Central, they were trying to limit what you was saying. That's what happens in telly, isn't it? Whereas with the internet, it's your own platform and you say what you want, and people relate to that a lot more because you're not censoring yourself.
If you can garner enough of a following, you can kind of do without
You can do what you want.
promoters or bookers. You know what I mean? And get to that stage where you can
like
just
have a word. They
of course,
sell out like they do fucking like 1,000 people to a show in 3 weeks' notice
On a
it's just like,
Thursday.
who's doing that?
Well,
with
that's it. And it doesn't just happen overnight. That's the other thing. So it's like I've if I do stuff on the internet, I always do the think it's funny just to put some dog shit thing out, and then I don't build it. But then generally, when in lockdown, I had people going, like, maybe like 6 or 10 people get annoyed if I hadn't done a video that day, and I was like, fuck you, it's crap anyway. It's just me in the kitchen making a bowl of soup each day or something. Why do you want that? And then you went, oh no, this is what you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do. People want to see stuff. Yeah. And then you do stuff. And you have to commit to it. You have to. It's not as simple, like you guys committed to it. You're doing it properly. You've got everything here. Yeah. You've got a following. And you build on it.
We do like 3 videos a week.
Yeah. And it's hard work. That's the thing. I used to sit and just do one in the living room. And then I'd have nothing else to do during lockdown. And then I'd just edit it on the phone. And then I'd be like, I can't be because I can't be out. That's the reason.
Yeah.
But it's easier to go online and go, fucking, I remember I used to gigging. I'm a proper comic. Well, it's
a new era now.
Times change.
Well, you're not happy though, are you? You're in the conservatory at 2 a.m. after a bottle of red wine. Going, trying not to wake your wife up.
Yeah. Do you see, like, when you're doing Beat the Frog and that, do you see a different style of comedy that does better now than it did? I don't know how long you've been doing Beat the Frog, but like over the years, like with audiences.
There was a whole thing. There was a really grim bit where it was all people were just trying to be edgy. This is probably about 10 years ago. I was like, oh, did I just say that word?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, like a Freddie Quinn TikTok.
Is that our next live show? Tickets available
now.
Where you can be shocked and awed.
I'm mates with Freddie. Hopefully you'll find that funny. Don't clip it. You let him find it. But it's that they would do. It was like they were trying to be shocking. Oh, but then you go, but there's no joke here.
Yeah.
And like, it's like when people go, oh god, what, you can't say anything. You go, you can, but you don't have to go. People go, you can't upset people. Go, why do you want to upset people?
Yeah.
I feel like that when Frankie Boyle was really big on Mock the Week, he had a lot of them people trying to be like, watch this, and it's just it weren't funny, just shock value kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. You can have the shock value and it be hilarious as well.
Yeah,
it's like you don't, but
have a joke.
It's got to have a joke there. You can't just have people go ooh, because if people just go ooh, they're not laughing. Yeah, you want the laugh and then the ooh, then that's how you know like you've sort of hit the right spot.
That's it. Yeah,
with a bit of a joke that's gone a bit past the line or whatever.
You get people imitating the popular type of comedy.
Oh, definitely,
Because like you get like when Louis C.K. was big.
Yeah,
there's loads of people trying to be like Louis C.K.
A lot of A-casters knocking about now, isn't there?
A-casters. Yeah. There was a lot of Stuart Lee, a hell of a lot of Stuart Lee when he was big.
Yeah,
well, he's still, but I really like Stuart. But when he was back on telly with his own stuff and doing his live shows and. Loads of people copying him, and they're just going, but this isn't what he does. He does this to his audience. His audience. And he's not on a Friday, at some shit gig, just after with everyone doing shots in the break, coming out and going, well, time for me to break this joke down. Worthy, So it's like, so there's a lot of that, I suppose. I don't know what it is at the minute, though. Really, I'm not seeing it.
How long have you been doing Beat the Frog?
I've been doing comedy for 15 years now.
Yeah.
50. It's really funny because I used to still think I was like the new younger guy because the older lot still treat me like shit. and then a bit I was like, oh no, you're the old guy. Oh no. And it's really funny to see because you look at people like Alex Borman, who's dead supportive of new acts, and also Alex doesn't look he's weird. He doesn't seem older.
Right, yeah.
Have you had Alex on this show?
No, not yet, no.
No, he's great. Because he's just dead funny and he's always writing. And it's like Mick Ferry's always writing.
Yeah, Mick's great, isn't he?
Yeah, so you would never go...
Get Mick on.
Yeah, you would never look at acts like that and think, oh, they're the old acts. Because they're just always... You're always seeing something new. I think it's just that. Trying to be, and I've stagnated on the circuit and I know I've been doing the same. So that's why... even going to Edinburgh and doing stuff all the time that's dead interesting, thinking it's interesting and tricking people. that in itself is now a boring, because everyone expects something.
Right, yeah.
So to go back and I'm just thinking how to go back and just do an hour stand-up's exciting.
That'll shock people, won't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
everyone's waiting for someone to stand up, and it gets like that's the end of the show. Everyone's like,
they're all looking at the crowd like, which one's the
who's the plant? Yeah.
Maybe this is the Matrix. Because like last year I got ill on the last day and I couldn't do it, and I was there. I was about to do the show and I was being sick. I just couldn't stop being sick, and so they went out and the queue was there and they went, "Oh, sorry, Phil's not well." And they were like, "Oh, here we go, here we go." And they wouldn't leave. They wouldn't leave for like 5 minutes. I was going, "Are they still there?" I went, "I don't understand. What? Why would you think that do? This isn't what make them wait in a queue."
Yeah.
For 5 minutes. And they were going. So I had to go out and I went, "Look, I'm really ill."
And they're probably all like,
that smiling.
And then I was sick, and they're like, "Oh no, he is. Oh, he's actually being sick." Okay, he's not well.
Is that confetti? Oh no, it's real sick.
God bless him.
That's such a funny legacy.
Yeah, I've been asking. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, sorry, no. Go.
No, I was going to say I've been asking the guests for the last couple of weeks. Do you have a favourite war?
Yeah, I do actually. Well, I've got a favourite battle.
Okay, yeah.
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Battle of Stamford Bridge.
Yeah,
It's classic.
Rick Keane and
what's the highlight?
Patrick Vieira.
Harold, King Harold's just before Hastings goes to shit. Battle of Hastings. There's all these Vikings up near Stamford Bridge, and they're all and they've got like a camp on one side, but the sun hits the other side of this river, so they know that they all go over there without their armour on and sunbathe, and then they have to go over the little bridge back to the camp. So Harold goes, "Let's go and fucking when the sunbathe. Let's go and fucking have them, right? And then we'll go down to Hastings and we'll fucking." So they get there and all the Vikings are sort of like, "Oh, what a lovely, oh, what a gorgeous bloody day." Just having a lovely
All braiding
time.
each other's hair and stuff.
Yeah.
Or come early to put the towels down and that.
I might stop raping and pillaging. I might turn my whole life around. Oh my God! They come over, they go back to war. So they all try and get over the bridge. But it's such a thin, they can't all get across. So they're just hacking them all to pieces. And eventually the bridge is being held by a berserker who won't. So they can't, so then all Harold's troops can't get past this one guy. Who's just fucking smashing them all over, and he's heavily clad in armour. So they have to go underneath and stab him up with all the, anyway, they go and they massacre all the Vikings. This thing. And then Harold goes, "Come on, let's go to Hastings." And they're like, "Fuck." Like an all weekend snap. Full
of killing.
Yeah. Going, Friday knocked me out. This Saturday is wiped me out. I can't do Sunday, mate. The stag do's over. Go and get married.
Yeah.
And he's going, "Oh, come on, Hastings. Come on, Sunday night. Let's go Paddy Power first. We'll get some money. Go and get some." So he's off to Hastings. They're like, "Oh, fucking hell." And that's when they go to Hastings and it all goes to shit.
Yeah. I like that. I love that the idea.
You got them with the old dick stab as well at the end.
I just like the idea of them all sunbathing and that. Just
I just like like say rubbing.
because apparently they did groom themselves a lot as well, Vikings and stuff. I used to like the Viking lesson in school.
That's why the English women fancied them apparently because they smelled better.
Well, I don't think they had a choice really.
No.
With the Vikings, it was more of a.
That's what
No, apparently we had the Callard one. Callard Winter. He's like a
historian.
He's
archaeologist
and that, and he's big into his history. And he was telling us like all the English women used to like really swoon over the Vikings and that.
Because they were clean. I was like, oh, not because they're hunks.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Never knew.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't. So they had a lot of. It's funny because when you think of Vikings, you imagine them to be quite sweaty.
Yeah.
Because from our history, we're like these fucking scumbags.
Yeah, demonising them.
Yeah. But obviously, they're all massive and. We're all there in our fucking shitty houses.
The circle.
Apparently as well, like they weren't as big as. It's just that we weren't that good at fighting.
The tails of them.
So you'd have to just go. The fuck, he was so big. He took on like 10 men on his own, and he was like, "Nah, you were just shit."
He was
like,
huge.
Yeah. So,
tiny little Nordic guy.
Yeah.
Like when Ross got twatted by Phoebe and Friends.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And he told everyone, "Oh, it was a massive blow."
Yeah.
I've only got one more thing, and it was a story I read before, which made me smile. It was 2 men were killed by a camel that got
made
loose.
You smile.
It was just because it was it's the obituary that kills me. So these 2 men last Thursday were killed by a camel in a petting zoo, but like 2 older guys, like 50 and 60. And then it says the obituary for Mr. Matney said that he was a janitor at a high school, and he'd be remembered for his kindness and friendship.
Yeah,
I think
That's not what he's going to remember.
Oh, he's going to be remembered the guy who was
Probably
killed
the
by a
camel.
camel.
Probably the
Camel
camel.
guy.
So my question is, what's the worst animal? What's the animal you'd least like to get killed by?
Do we know
was
what day
trampled.
the camel
It
thing
was last
happened?
Thursday.
It would have been
He was
it was a
killed by
Wednesday, would it?
camel toe.
Hump day.
Camel
Hump
toe.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it stood on, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Trampled.
stood on by a camel.
I think we're like a chimpanzee, monkey, when they're ripping you apart and then
Yeah,
they're
just rip you
shagging
to
you and
bits.
stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah, they
That
got
would be
big
nice.
teeth.
Do
them.
they go straight for the balls and the eyes?
or maybe like a
chimpanzees?
mosquito and give you malaria, slow death.
Ooh, Jesus.
Yeah, I've thought
Right.
about it.
Have you heard of the gimpy plant?
I haven't though.
So it stings. It stings.
I don't
Yeah.
think this is a real. This is a Netflix cartoon.
Doesn't sound real, does it?
I think it's in Australia. So it stings you, and you're
Just
in
become dead
such
submissive.
you're in such excruciating pain for years that like loads of people just kill themselves because the pain lasts for years.
Oh shit! Like a jellyfish. I
It's
heard the
called
jellyfish
gimpy
do that.
A
gimpy.
gimpy
sounds-
plant.
Horrific. And
Yeah.
we are all going to look this up.
Yeah. Go
Because,
for it.
yeah.
Go for it. Go for it.
What about you, Dean? What animal would you not like to?
Elephant
death
would be
by?
bad as well. That'd.
Maybe
Yeah,
elephant be
like
good, though.
like a lion or something. Or like wolves and that. Because wolves eat your
I
ass
still
first
think,
as well.
Oh, do
Eat
they?
your ass first.
They go ass first, apparently.
Did you not know?
Kinky.
I like it.
Yeah. Or a
Such an
bear.
odd-
Yeah.
I suppose it's the meatiest.
Just something that's going
I've
to
got
eat
no
you
arse,
alive.
though,
I
probably.
think there's going to be bad
Ants,
in it.
ants would be a bad one. Ants can kill you.
Yeah.
Just fucking.
Because I mean, like
loads of them.
getting stomped on. Say like you might die quite quick, but imagine like getting a bear just eating you alive.
Well, I think
It'd be awful. wouldn't it?
I think monkeys would fuck with you a bit. Do you know what I mean? They'd play with your
Yeah.
body if you like had limbs hanging off.
Yeah.
Just
they
rip
would.
bits off you, don't
Yeah,
they?
rip a rib out.
Yeah, and start playing.
Yeah.
2001. Isn't that video of the monkey that does something awful to a frog in the?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He
that's how
shags
I'd
its
go.
mouth if
Yeah.
anyone's under it.
Tom was telling us there's like monkey gangs. Where was it? In
Throwing dogs off
Oh yeah,
roofs
yeah.
and
Oh yeah, they-
In India, a dog
Yeah.
was killed. Oh, sorry. These
Chimp
pack of
was
dogs
killed,
killed a
wasn't it?
monkey,
Yeah.
so the monkeys then set revenge and they'd kill any dog they came across.
Organised
And they-
crime.
Yeah, and they'd
That
climb
is
them up to buildings
amazing.
and throw these little dogs off buildings and shit.
It's not so I do like a really low scale Kong, but he's like a chihuahua. Love it. Off a fucking H&M.
You know what's mad? Like, do you hear the story about the woman who had the pet chimpanzee? And she
Who
used to like
tore her
feed it
face off
like,
and
give it like red wine and Xanax and all that. And he just got dead overprotective of it. And then like attacked a mate, I think it was. Like, it was like seeing the mate as like a cock block,
Seeing
essentially.
the mates went in for the Blossom Hill.
Just fucking like ripped his head off his face off and that. Yeah, it's mad. It's mad what people do with keeping pets and that. Like chimpanzees for pets is crazy, isn't it?
What about swallowed by like an anaconda?
Yeah, that'd be shit.
Oh,
That'd be crap.
have you seen that video of the guy who was trying to make like an anaconda-proof suit?
Really, yeah.
It's fucking horrible. So
So we get hit by it and then
Yeah,
pass
yeah.
through it.
and
No,
he's
well, I
out-
think they crush you first, though, wouldn't they?
yeah. So and he's obviously a piece of shit. Rich, like fucking.
Yeah.
You can tell he's minted. He's from a spoiled. He's not had anything to do.
Yeah.
So his mum and dad give him loads of money, and he's spent all his days trying to think of how to be eaten by an anaconda
Yeah.
and not die. So and it's horrible as well, because the idea is that the lures in the snake. So he's built it so again, so when it tries to crush you,
It doesn't
it can't,
crush or something, yeah.
And you've got breathing apparatus. in this. So it's a point. I don't understand. There's no point to. There's no experiment.
Who's it for as well?
Exactly,
Like,
just to
Yeah.
become famous.
Yeah.
So then they will have to kill the anaconda, which I think is a bit out of order. All
Yeah.
he's done is gone. Well, you've literally gone.
yeah.
Covered myself in what be like syrup. I don't know what he wants. There we go. Come and get. And he's wiggling about,
Yeah.
teasing him. And then the anaconda's gone. And it takes it a good hour, like to get
Yeah.
to the hips. He's like.
It's so
Oh, and it's fucking weird. So you can tell him, like, going,
Yeah.
this is a bloke. Oh. Levi jeans. And then when he's about just past the knees, the guy goes, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like. So he changes his mind.
Yeah.
So then they have to like just start hitting the anaconda to get it off. And it's going, "Ugh," and it can drag him. It's fucking horrific, actually.
Yeah.
Going,
Oh my God.
What did you think it was going to be like?
Yeah.
I think at some point he just wanted to stand up in the anaconda.
Out of it,
Like a
you know what I mean?
sleeping
Like,
bag.
from
Oh, it's
inside.
just yeah. Because then you go to get him out, they would have had to kill it, which is just. Oh, it's just weird. I mean, there's a whole because there was that one that was quite amusing for a bit. You know, the bloke with the bear proof.
Oh yeah,
suit?
I've seen that.
I don't know what shit I'm watching. I'm watching rich, lonely psychopaths who really want to be attacked, almost killed, but not quite killed by an animal.
Thrill. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's just him like. His bear-proof suit. There's no science behind it other than just loads of stuff on me. Loads of fucking stuff on me. It's got loads of stuff on him, and then he just stood there, and a log will just swing in and knock him, and he goes, "Need more stuff." I reckon. You go, that's not even how a bear would come at you. What?
Yeah.
I don't understand why this is a good test. Okay, well if that log can knock me over, look at a bear and have more stuff. So you got nutcase I gave him the anaconda, but I don't quite know what I started talking about. But
What would you do then if you had that? If you had that type of money, what animal-proof suit would you make?
well, first of all, I'd like to be attacked and killed by an undiscovered animal, which would be really funny. So everyone's like, "Oh my god, what's this?" And it's fucking like a bush. It's like a dodo but with limbs. And they're like, "What the fuck is this?" This is. We've heard about this. Is like that ancient thing. It's, like, it's got gills and all that. It's beautiful, beautiful, like peacock plumage. I don't know if it's is it a man or a fish or what? A bird? No. And it just comes over, and fucking rips me to shreds. I was like, "Oh my god, he's not friendly."
But he looks so friendly.
Yeah. And then it's never seen again. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And they can't find it ever again. And so everyone there is charged with my murder as well. And they go, "I don't know, it had a beak and feathers and gills."
It's Will
tail.
Duggan in a mask.
Yeah. It's Shea Burnley. Was Phil doing a bit?
Yeah. I definitely
He's a
think
bit.
it was a bit. They
That's
definitely
great,
think
that.
you'd be waiting for that Edinburgh hour.
Yeah.
They like come out the bird's mouth or something and like, "Hey." Yeah.
It's still an empty bucket at the end. That was fucking brilliant, buddy. Any appreciation for the act. But I'd probably I'd like to survive. I'd love the whale thing. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Being a whale for a bit.
Like a whale eats your hole and then just spit you back out.
Yeah. Or like, but you hang around for a bit, like, and you meet
What's in there?
an old
Yeah.
sailor. And
Was Noah eaten by the whale? Or was that another guy?
No,
Jonah and the whale.
Jonah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jonah
no
was
one
eaten
at
by
the
the whale.
boat.
Jonah Hill.
Need to brush up on me Bible stories, man.
wasn't Pinocchio in a whale for a bit?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And Geppetto.
I don't know. Crazy.
He was.
Crazy times.
Yeah,
I think that's a bar.
Yeah, what
Long
are we on there?
40 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it was flying
loads
there.
time, yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, it's been lovely, Phil.
Yeah, man, thanks
you
for
for
coming on.
having me,
for coming
guys.
on.
Where can people find you online and stuff?
Oh, all usual stuff.
Frog and Bucket.
At the Phil Ellis on Twitter. I don't know
We'll
what
have
I
you.
am
We'll have your
Yeah,
handles and
Phil-
that on there.
M Ellis, I think, on
Okay.
Instagram, just because Phil Ellis is gone. And that,
And you're at Edinburgh this year.
I'm doing Edinburgh this year. Yeah.
Yeah, so go see Phil's show at Edinburgh if you're down there.
It'll be amazing.
Or Paul's. Depends what name it's under.
Oh yeah. Paul Ellis. Yeah. Well, at Just the Tonic up at 6:40, I think.
Yeah. So are you doing the whole month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
sweet.
know why. I've not found anywhere to live yet. Though,
Oh,
so.
yeah.
So
Fucking
if
hell.
you're in Edinburgh, you got a house.
Yeah. Let Phil stay there.
We have got a Patreon.
Yeah. I don't know if you want Phil staying there the whole
If
month,
you want
but maybe.
Phil.
Oh, have you?
Let us know.
For just £5 a month, I can live in your house. Imagine that.
But yeah, go check that out because it'll be great. Our live show tickets are on sale, and the previous live show is on our Patreon to watch now. So go check that out. The Phase 1 gig tickets are available as well on the 31st. Ishan, he's coming down. And go manscaped.com, TMHC20 for 20% off and free shipping from Manscaped. Woo woo.
Woo.
But yeah, Phil, nice one for coming on, man. I really appreciate
you,
it.
guys.
Thank
Had
you
Had
so
a great
much.
time. Tom, where you are?
I've actually got a one-man show on the 27th in the Epstein Theatre.
Is
Get
right.
tickets for that.
Yeah.
Jeffrey
really?
Epstein.
No, I
Theatre.
haven't.
Are you doing like the Eddie one? Is that?
Yeah, that's not for months and months.
Go follow Tom on TK
There's a
comedy
follow.
_. We'll see you all in a
See
bit.
yous,
Nice one,
everyone.
everyone. See you
Bye-bye.
later.